I have been coming to Joe at NHOU since he was in Deering, New Hampshire, starting as a, quite frankly, a less than stellar garage where he worked out of. I knew the product that he was putting on, and I liked the way he was doing it. That's why I was there. The coating of NHOU displaces the moisture, removes the oxygen, and without oxygen, you don't have any rust.
The culture that I was raised as a child is you use something to the fullest extent, you repair it, and you keep it. You don't throw it away. I don't believe in just buying a vehicle every 5 or 6 years, or some people even once a year. If I don't keep that vehicle intact and prevent it from rusting away, I'm going to lose my investment, and I'm going to be forced into paying out more money for another vehicle, which I need.
To me, I don't like dealing with rust. Once it starts, it's a never-ending battle. I found this truck at a Ford dealer in Florida.
You bought the truck in Florida because you didn't want to buy one around here.
I did. Everything I found up here seemed to have that coating of scaling rust and so forth on the underside. This vehicle is already basically 10 years old, but it's been in the Northeast for the last 7. And again, I think the underside looks very good compared to other trucks that have spent their life in the Northeast and not been oiled.
One of the real nice things about the New Hampshire Oil Undercoat, and it makes you feel a little bit more comfortable when you're doing it, because there is some drip off with it when you have it done, is it is a non-hazardous, non-toxic, non-solvent based product. So your runoff in your, anything that may get on your driveway isn't dangerous to your kids or your dogs or your animals or anything like that.
You look at a vehicle without any protection whatsoever, you're going to have a rusty vehicle in 5 or 6 years. It's going to cost you a hell of a lot more money to get the body work done than it would to maintain your vehicle on a once-a-year basis.
In 2004, I purchased a new diesel truck, and I did a lot of work to it and had built it into really something that I kind of cherished. In about 2011, I was starting to see a lot of rust and a lot of corrosion, and I was searching for a solution for that. Starting in 2012, they did some rust conversion work on it, and I had it sprayed every year till 2018. In 2018, I put the vehicle up for sale. It was a 14-year-old pickup truck that had lived its life in New England. The average expected value of something like that would have probably been around $15,000. The gentleman came to look at it, and I told him it was rust-free, and I guaranteed him that it was 100% rust-free. And when he came, I actually gave him a mechanic's creeper and allowed him to roll around underneath it. He had never seen a truck that vintage that had less rust on it. He bought that truck that day for over $25,000.
You go to sell your vehicle, it looks like brand new on the underside. A same vehicle 5 years from now, what's it gonna look like? What's mine gonna look like? Who's gonna get the most money on a resale? I'm gonna eventually outgrow this truck, and eventually I'm gonna sell this truck. This is preventive in nature, and I can't think of a better product to put in here.
Being in the Northeast, all the salt, all the brine, everything that's being used on the road takes a toll on the vehicles.
Unlike rock salt, which stopped working at, 20 degrees or something like that, brine will work even at a lower temperature than that. As you drive through it, it's a liquid. That will get up underneath your car. It'll also creep into the seams. It stays there, it hangs in there. It's a corrosive.
I have a farm, so I have a need for a truck. I pick up feed for my animals. I tow my tractor around in order to get it for servicing. For me to purchase a new truck is a major expense. They're probably $63,000 now. If you want to maintain a vehicle, you need to use it on a regular basis. You need to keep your maintenance up, and you need to get it undercoated.
Thinner means lighter. Lighter means better fuel economy. Today's vehicles are getting fuel economy due to refinements of engine technology, engine management, and also the weight reduction. Even though the metals may have a coating, or they may be this, or they may be that, they're still thinner. They're not going to take the amount of corrosion resistance before you see perforation that the older vehicles did. It's imperative in this day and age that some sort of protection goes underneath these vehicles in order to preserve them.
So with the oil undercoating, that goes into all the gaps and all the little creases that you can't get to normally with a rubberized product. And even if you can't spray it in there directly, the product will seep and will creep into the areas, and it really gives you a better coverage and a longer lasting solution than the rubberized undercoating.
Don't forget, these car manufacturers want to sell you a new car every 5 or 6 years. Grandma's refrigerator used to last 40. How many refrigerators can you sell if they last 40 years? How long would they be in business? It's common sense. You have to outthink the thinkers, and you outthink them with just basic farmer common sense. Oil it, forget about it, use it next year. It'll be there.
Going back to about 2013, we had brought you a big 10-wheel dump truck, and that truck was a Vermont state highway truck that a friend of mine had purchased, and it was really rusty. It was something that he probably shouldn't have purchased, but he did. He needed a plow truck. We had that entire truck sprayed by you guys right at your shop, your first shop, and that truck went on to plow for 7 or 8 more years and has actually since been resold twice more, and every year after that it's been oil undercoated and it's still holding up. And that was a truck that was retired from the state of Vermont due to corrosion. So yeah, that truck was junk. Nothing moved, everything was seized.
The application itself is done in such a fashion where they even get between the tailgate. There isn't a part that hasn't been missed, and I really, really appreciated that. I drive it in saltwater, I drive it in snow, I drive it up in Alaska with the manganese, and there isn't a bit of rust on that. So it is nothing but a good product.
If it wasn't for NHOU, I wouldn't know where to bring my vehicles to preserve them as I have. And by the way, this is not a paid endorsement. I'm doing this because I believe in it.